In the year 2000, America made a promise to Africa. This promise was called AGOA, the African Growth and Opportunity Act. It was a big deal. AGOA said that African countries could sell certain things to America without paying taxes. These taxes are called tariffs. The idea was to help African countries grow their economies. America wanted to be a good partner. AGOA was supposed to be a win-win. African countries would get richer. American businesses would get new markets. Everyone would be happy, right? Well, it's complicated. Like most things in life, AGOA had its good sides and its bad sides. Let's start with the good. AGOA did help some African countries. Take Lesotho, for example. Lesotho is a small country in southern Africa. It's completely surrounded by South Africa. Before AGOA, Lesotho didn't have much going for it. But then AGOA came along. Lesotho started making clothes and selling them to America without tariffs. It was a huge success. Other countries also benefited from AGOA. Kenya became a major exporter of flowers to the United States. Ghana saw growth in its cocoa industry. AGOA created jobs and boosted economies. It showed that trade could be a powerful tool for development. But AGOA's success was limited. It didn't transform Africa the way some people hoped. So what went wrong? Why didn't AGOA live up to its full potential? There are a few reasons. First, AGOA was designed by America. It focused on what America wanted from Africa. African countries didn't have much say in the rules. Second, AGOA mostly benefited countries that were already well. Poorer countries struggled to take advantage of the program. Third, AGOA was always subject to change. American politicians could change the rules whenever they wanted. This made it difficult for African businesses to plan for the long term. Despite these shortcomings, AGOA was still a valuable program. It just needed some improvements. But then came Donald Trump. Donald Trump's presidency was a turning point for AGOA. Trump didn't believe in free trade. He thought America was getting ripped off, so he started a trade war with China. He also imposed tariffs on goods from Europe and Canada. Africa wasn't spared. Trump slapped tariffs on steel and aluminum from several African countries. Trump also didn't care much for Africa. He famously called African countries shithole countries. He cut funding for USAID, the agency responsible for foreign aid. And he proposed withdrawing American troops from Africa. Trump's actions sent a clear message. America was no longer interested in being a partner to Africa. Section 5. Rising powers. China and Russia fill the void. As America retreated from Africa, China and Russia saw an opportunity. They started investing heavily in African countries. They built roads, bridges, and ports. They offered loans and aid with fewer strings attached. China became Africa's largest trading partner. Russia signed military agreements with several African countries. China and Russia aren't doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. They're looking for resources, markets, and influence. They want to challenge America's dominance on the world stage. And they're succeeding. Africa is becoming a battleground for influence between the world's superpowers. And America is losing. Section 6. The crumbling pillars. Development, diplomacy, defense. America's approach to Africa was once based on 3 pillars: development, diplomacy, and defense. These pillars are now crumbling. Development aid has been slashed, diplomatic posts are understaffed and underfunded, and the Pentagon is considering withdrawing troops from Africa. Without these pillars, America's influence in Africa is waning. The consequences of this disengagement are already being felt. Health programs are being cut, jeopardizing the fight against diseases like HIV, AIDS, and malaria. Peacekeeping efforts are being scaled back, leading to instability and conflict. And China and Russia are filling the void, shaping Africa's future in their image. Section 7. A New Dawn. Resetting US-Africa Relations. All is not lost, however. There's still time for America to reset its relationship with Africa, but it requires a fundamental shift in thinking. America needs to stop treating Africa like a charity case or a pawn in a geopolitical game. African countries are not asking for handouts. They're asking for respect, partnership, and a fair chance to compete. America needs to start listening to African voices. What are their priorities? What are their challenges? How can America help them achieve their goals? The answers might surprise you. They might involve investing in education, healthcare, and infrastructure. They might involve promoting democracy, human rights, and good governance. Section 8. Equal partners. A foundation for the future. The key is to treat African countries as equal partners. Partners who have something to offer, not just something to take. Partners who can help America solve global challenges like climate change, terrorism, and poverty. Partners who can help create a more peaceful, prosperous, and just world. It's time for a new chapter in US-Africa relations. A chapter based on mutual respect, shared values, and common interests. A chapter where both sides benefit from the relationship. A chapter that recognizes that Africa's success is America's success, and vice versa. The future of US-Africa relations depends on it. Section 9. The stakes. Securing America's place in Africa. The stakes are high. Africa is a continent on the rise. It has the world's youngest population, abundant natural resources, and a growing middle class. By 2050, Africa will be home to 1 in 4 people on Earth. America cannot afford to ignore Africa or take it for granted. It needs to step up its game and reclaim its role as a reliable partner. The choice is clear. America can either engage with Africa as an equal partner or cede influence to China and Russia. It can either be part of the solution or part of the problem. The decision will have profound consequences for generations to come. It's time for America to choose wisely. The future of Africa and the world may depend on it